That's right, full approval. It looks like the United States is finally going to go full approval on the cryptocurrency market over the next 4 years, putting into place a regulatory framework that's going to be extremely crypto friendly. And I'm talking about off-ramps and on-ramps. I'm talking about custody. I'm talking about rules of the road that are extremely clear for blockchain companies to follow. We're talking about stablecoins and more. All of it is extremely bullish news. We're going to be talking about how it affects XRP and Ripple's newest stablecoin, as well as the rest of the markets, who's going to be in charge of what, and what we don't have to worry about anymore. Hey everyone, my name is Randy and welcome back to the Late Night Grind. And right now on this channel we are covering cryptocurrency news, investment markets, and personal finance. So if any or all those topics interest you, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, join the Late Night Grind community. If you do a couple things, I'd appreciate it. Smash the thumbs up button and watch this video all the way to the end. If you do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. Alright guys, let's jump into it. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about what David Sachs just said in his press conference he held earlier, along with some financial service committee members, talking about the regulatory framework and what they're going to be introducing under the new management of the Donald Trump administration, specifically revolving crypto. And I'm going to get into a little bit of price talk for XRP, being that we just had a huge wick to the downside, and what that typically means in the past when we've had a big 35% pullback like we had yesterday. Okay, so back to the press conference with David Sachs. Like I said, he held a press conference discussing what they want to do, what they were tasked to do by the Trump administration regarding cryptocurrencies, and essentially creating a regulatory framework, some rules of the road that blockchain companies are going to be able to follow, that banks are now going to be able to follow, that investors are going to know exactly what they're looking at when they're looking at trading, investing, buying, starting a business, etc. Now, one of the biggest things that I pulled from this press conference was that he, of course, talked about the SEC and what their essentially a war on cryptocurrency was during the Biden administration, the Gary Gensler regime, going after cryptocurrencies for a whole bunch of things that they said were illegal, but nonetheless they had no rules of the road to even know if something was illegal or not, according to the SEC. Well, that's going to be changing, because what they want to do is put a regulatory framework in place specifically so that the SEC, the CFTC, and other financial service committees know exactly what they're looking at. They're all on the same page. And he specifically mentioned things of how they are going to view certain things as commodities, securities, or even collectibles. And he mentioned NFTs and meme coins. So you can kind of tell what direction they're going to be going with that. It makes sense to me. NFTs, meme coins, treating them like sports memorabilia, baseball cards, etc. That makes a lot more sense. Commodities versus securities. There's probably still going to be some debate and battling going on until they actually come up with this framework regarding that. But nonetheless, if you're a blockchain company, you're going to have a say in this. And one of the most bullish things that I heard from this press conference was not just about the regulatory framework that's going to be level the playing field, essentially, was that this year and the coming years could be bigger for cryptocurrency than what some people think, because of what they're talking about in the banking sector. Now, for several years, it's been extremely hard for cryptocurrency companies to even get banked, and some blockchain innovators were saying they were actually debanked personally and not even allowed to do this. Of course, we saw some banks go under last year under the guise of they were doing banking for the cryptocurrency industry. They were deemed unsafe. And a whole bunch of other nonsense. But regardless, they're going to be having a framework where banks are not only going to be, or banks are not put under a microscope regarding this, but it's actually going to be friendly regulation so that banks are going to want to offer cryptocurrency services to their customers. And we're talking about custodying cryptocurrency. We're talking about off-ramps and on-ramps, fiat to crypto. It's been extremely difficult, although getting better over the past several years. But now this makes it more bullish than ever before. If you're going to have a if you're going to have a regulatory regime that prioritizes banks being able to invest into this crypto space, not just the companies, but actually their individual customers that want to have access to it as well. If you've been in the crypto space for a long enough time, like I have, you've known that off-ramps and on-ramps are one of the sticking points, one of the funnels, one of the most difficult things for the cryptocurrency market that has been trying to crack into that for the greater part of 10 years. Well, this might be the time which opens up that access to literally everybody. In my opinion, that's one of the biggest biggest things, one of the most bullish things I saw from this press conference. And of course, many of the statements that he made had to do with putting the United States first in terms of cryptocurrency dominance, cryptocurrency regulation. They want the United States to be the blockchain tech hub of the world. We'll see if that actually happens. Now, it might happen regarding blockchain companies, but cryptocurrencies or commodities or however they want to regulate the rest of the markets, I'm not so sure about. But regardless, it was some very good news for crypto investors, for crypto entrepreneurs, and those in the space for several years. Now, if you do any trading whatsoever, cryptocurrency trading, we're talking about altcoins, meme coins, Bitcoin, XRP, whatever you do, I want to make sure that you are doing it on the correct platform. You need to be doing it on Bydfi. Bydfi is a sponsor of this channel, The Late Night Grind. They've been a partner of mine now for a while, and I got to tell you, I do all my trading over there. They have deep liquidity. They offer up to 200x leverage trading on Bitcoin, on many other altcoins. Of course, do your own due diligence and don't abuse the leverage trading. It's very dangerous. And if you do significant amounts of trading, I want you to contact me personally. You can contact me through my X account, which is listed in the description below, and DM me. If you do high volume trading, you need to contact me. I can get you some much better rates. If you do, depending on the trade volume that you're actually doing, I can get you much cheaper rates. I can get you a much better VIP and a much better trading experience on Bydfi. And so now if you're looking at XRP, not just to trade, but if you are a hodler, you are hodling strong. I wanted to talk about what the price action of XRP just did, and what it could potentially do, because we had a huge wick down to $1.90, I think $1.88 on some exchanges. The price of XRP, and it quickly whipsawed back up to about 270. It's about 263, 260-ish as I'm recording this. And you're going to see some volatility. But I want to say one of the technical analysts that I watch regularly pointed out a couple of things, and one of which is when XRP has these wicked dips, these candles, these wicks that just go really deep, take out all the liquidity underneath, what typically happens after it? Well, typically, and this is great news, it's a sign that there is major capitulation and that the price of XRP is going to go up, because all of the leverage traders were wiped out. All of the open interest was wiped out, which typically clears the way for bullish momentum. Now, the same thing can happen the other way, and this happens across all the cryptos, happens across Bitcoin, and typically you'll see this when something is in an uptrend and it has a huge wick down. Typically that just wipes out all the leverage before it continues on its way up. And same thing on a bear market. When the price is coming down, you'll see a spike up, which is called a bull trap, which traps a bunch of people into thinking that the price is going to go up right before it comes back down and continues to go down further. So right now, the price targets that are in place for XRP are still in place. I've read several reports that has $6 XRP solidly in place. Now, from my numbers that I'm looking at about $4.85 to $5.50, somewhere in that range as a target. However, some have said $6 is actually the target that we should be looking at. So there might be some momentum if it does get up past those levels. And it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get there in the next week or two. We could be looking at another pullback area, even several pullbacks before it finds its support and it goes ahead and it goes skyward. But I firmly believe that what we're seeing in the regulatory environment in the United States and even globally for the crypto world is just too much bullish news, too much bullish momentum. So let me know in the comment section down below what your guys' thoughts are. What are your favorite altcoins you are trading right now, and what you think some of the time frames are for XRP to go to $6. Let me know. All right, guys, don't forget you can follow me on X, link in the description below. I follow a lot of these stories and tweet it out even before I make these videos. Also, don't forget, if you do trading and you want some better trading rates and you want some of the lowest trading rates as well as some better VIP treatment, contact me. I can get you set up with Bydfi. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end, for smashing that thumbs up button. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.
Lambo dreams fueled by them crypto stacks. Future in our hands, we ain't looking back. XRP to the moon, watch 'em rise and shine.